America's nightmare. The Ted Bundy story, Ted Bundy. The name itself sends chills down the spines of many. He was handsome, charming, and charismatic. He was also a ruthless serial killer who preyed on young women during the 1970s. Bundy's reign of terror spanned multiple states, leaving a trail of grief and fear in its wake. His crimes shocked the nation, exposing the dark underbelly of American society. Bundy's victims were often college students, lured to their deaths by his deceptive charm and feigned vulnerability. He often used ruses such as pretending to be injured or impersonating authority figures to gain their trust. Once alone with his victims, Bundy would unleash his brutality, often killing them with blunt force trauma or strangulation. Bundy's crimes were not isolated incidents. He represents a dark side of humanity, a reminder that monsters can lurk beneath the most unassuming facades. His ability to blend in, to appear normal and even charming, made his crimes all the more terrifying. The impact of Bundy's crimes extended far beyond his victims and their families. He instilled a sense of fear and vulnerability in a generation of young women, forever changing the way they viewed strangers and personal safety. Calculated cruelty, Bundy's modus operandi. Ted Bundy's crimes were not random acts of violence. They were calculated and meticulously planned. Bundy often stalked his victims, learning their routines and identifying their vulnerabilities. He would then strike when they were most vulnerable, often abducting them from public places in broad daylight. Bundy's intelligence and charisma were his most dangerous weapons. He used them to gain the trust of his victims, lulling them into a false sense of security. His crimes were not simply about violence, they were about power and control. Bundy often revisited his crime scenes, even exhuming bodies and engaging in acts of necrophilia. These disturbing behaviors highlighted the depths of his depravity and the chilling lack of remorse he felt for his actions. His ability to evade capture for so long, despite the nationwide manhunt, only added to his mystique and the terror he inspired. Bundy's crimes were a stark reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places, hidden beneath a veneer of normalcy. Disturbing revelations, confessions, and open cases. In the final years of his life, facing execution for his heinous crimes, Ted Bundy began a series of chilling confessions. He admitted to the murders of numerous young women, providing gruesome details that shocked even seasoned investigators. These confessions shed light on the full extent of Bundy's depravity, but they also provided closure for some families who had long sought answers. One such case is the recent reopening of a cold case in Boise, Idaho. In 1989, Bundy confessed to killing a teenage girl in Boise in 1974. He provided details about the victim's appearance and the circumstances of her death, but her identity remains a mystery. The Boise case is just one example of how Bundy's confessions continue to have ripple effects decades later. Law enforcement agencies across the country are re-examining cold cases, hoping to finally bring closure to families who have waited years for answers. A legacy of fear. Bundy's impact on society. Ted Bundy's crimes had a profound impact on American society, forever changing the way we view serial killers and approach personal safety. His case led to increased awareness of serial killers and their methods, prompting law enforcement agencies to develop new strategies for profiling and apprehending these predators. Bundy's ability to evade capture for so long, despite multiple run-ins with the law, exposed flaws in the criminal justice system. His case highlighted the need for better communication and coordination between law enforcement agencies across state lines. Moreover, Bundy's crimes had a lasting impact on the national psyche. His case fueled a fascination with serial killers, spawning countless books, movies, and documentaries. This fascination, while morbid, reflects our desire to understand the darkest impulses of human nature. Bundy's legacy is a complex one, marked by both horror and a strange sense of fascination. He remains a cautionary tale, reminding us that evil can wear many faces and that true monsters often hide in plain sight.